Hello, gentlemen, investors and traders. Information and analytical service is in System.GURU.Markets. Thank you for paying attention to our review. Dear viewer, we ask you to like this video. Your thumbs up is highly needed to spread the channel. Guru.Markets. Now let's analyze the main fundamental indicators of the company ENVESTNET Incorporated, ticker ENV. This review is based on information as of September 20th, 2024. According to classification Guru.Markets Corporation, ENVESTNET Incorporated belongs to the subcategory Trust Management. 72 companies participate in the analysis, and this is very representative. Let's start with summary information about the company. If you want, you can pause the video. We invite you to take a closer look at all the organization's indicators. Access to the database with the structure of company tickers is free. Please share this video on your social network. Thank you very much for your repost and other support. It all helps the work extremely. Market capitalization of the company ENVESTNET Incorporated valued at $3.46 billion. With a subcategory capitalization of $177 billion. ENVESTNET Incorporated accounts for a share of 1.954%. It is one of the small companies in the subcategory. The company's balance sheet capitalization is $0.51 billion. The subcategory's balance sheet capitalization is $99 billion. ENVESTNET Incorporated accounts for a share of 0.514%. Comparing the shares of market and book value, we see the following. Share ENVESTNET Incorporated in the subcategory when assessing the exchange value is 1.954%. The book value is 0.514%. This is 74% less than the share of market value. Assessment of the organization's share of market and balance sheet capitalization in the subcategory. Bad, -1 point. The organization's financial liabilities amount to $0.972 billion. Debt to book value is 190.6% of equity. Score for the company's financial obligations, bad, -1 point. The balance of the company's stock price to profit corresponds to 0, with an average for the subcategory of 38.2, which is worse than in the subcategory. Evaluation of the market price to its profit ratio in comparison with in the subcategory. Very bad, -2 points. Profit for the last 12 months was -$253 million. Future earnings for the next 12 months are unknown, which is extremely bad for the company. Assessment of projected future profit indicators in comparison with companies in the subcategory. Good, 1 point. The company's price-to-revenue ratio is 2.7. The subcategory average of 1.5 is 80% higher than the subcategory average. Assessment of the company's stock market value to revenue in comparison with the indicators of companies in the subcategory. Tolerable, -0.5 points. Revenue for the last 12 months was $1,310 million. Forward revenue for the next 12 months is unknown, which is very bad for the company's prospects. An assessment of the projected future sales indicator in comparison with the indicators in the subcategory. Bad, -1 point. If you are interested in such analytics. In this case, we kindly ask you to subscribe to us and click on the bell. Thank you for your all-important subscription. The sales margin is -19.3%, with an average for the subcategory of 3.8%. The difference between the subcategory average and the company's performance is 23.2%. Assessment of sales margins in comparison with the indicators of companies in the subcategory. Tolerable, minus 0.5 points. The company's share in terms of the number of employees in the subcategory is 1.133%. This is 72% less than the share of market capitalization. This shows the imbalance of the company's current exchange price ENVESTNET Incorporated, rather towards revaluation. The amount of capital per company employee is $1,117,000. And for the subcategory, $647,000. The difference between the subcategory average and the company's performance is 72.6%. Estimation of the company's market capital per employee in comparison with the indicators of subcategory companies. Tolerable, 0 points. The amount of profit per individual employee is minus $81,500, with an average for the subcategory of $16,900. The difference between the subcategory average and the company's performance is 381%. Estimation of profit per each employee of the company in comparison with the indicators of companies in the subcategory. Tolerable, minus 0.5 points. The share of sales per company employee is $422,000. In the subcategory, there are $442,000. The difference between the subcategory average and the company's performance is 5%. Estimation of revenue per employee in comparison with indicators in the subcategory. Tolerable, minus 0.5 points. The volume of short transactions is 5.4%, with an average for the subcategory of 1.2%. This is an indicator of possible short squeeze risk. Technical indicator RSI 14 shows a level of 51% for the company ENVESTNET Incorporated, while in the subcategory the RSI level, 14, is approximately 59%. On average, securities of the subcategory are valued higher than those of the company ENVESTNET Incorporated. Comparing the price movement of a company's shares ENVESTNET Incorporated and subcategory shares, we see that over 12 months the promotions ENVESTNET Incorporated showed a change of 27.3%. Against price dynamics in the subcategory 9.1%. This definitely doesn't mean anything, but we need to take this fact into account. The result is this, minus 6 out of 10 points. The average for the subcategory is 1.1 points. If you look very broadly, within the stock market as a whole, you can see that the average score for the US stock market in the aggregate is 0.3 points, against a score of minus 6 points for the company ENVESTNET Incorporated. Let's look at the table of orders. It is available to everyone. The link is in the pinned comment. The order table contains absolutely all previously made decisions by the stock valuation information and reference System.GURU.Markets. Access to the order table is free, link in pinned comment. Let us remind you that earlier June 2nd, 2023, an order has been published, ticker ENV. Reference rating System.GURU.Markets. The following decision is made on this order. Close the deal. The final loss was 23.5%. Thank you all very much for watching this video and for using the information and reference system from Guru.Markets. You are the best audience.